The major purpose of this renovation with Foster was to make the room and the house livable for my wife to be able to call it home again, because it really was, we were just getting by. My wife suffered a traumatic brain injury in October of 2015 when she went in for elective back surgery, and the surgeon nicked a stomach artery, and she coded for 22 minutes while they were trying to figure out where the bleeding was coming from. So she should have died, but she didn't, because she's tough. So she was in the hospital for 5 months. She had 5 years living in our dining room and was unable to take a shower in her own house for almost 5 years because it was not wheelchair accessible. We looked at the Consumer Report books the Fairfax County publishes, things that, rate people on services to everything else. So I saw Foster's in there. I saw a couple different magazines say the same thing, gave them good reviews. I saw Lort, and I said, wow, ironically, we're 1.4 miles away from the major office, so I've decided I'd go check them out. And I was very impressed by the reception I got in their main office, and they were very understanding and made some good proposals, so I decided to go with them because I was impressed up front from how they were going to work the process through. I sort of had an idea of what my budget was, and they were going to be able to come in at the budget, so I figured, I like Lorton, I like Lorton businesses, I figured I'd try them out. And enough. If reviews had been a little bit more mixed, I wouldn't have done that, because I do usually shop around, but it just looked like it was going to work. Just the whole process was very favorable. So the program manager, the guy's name was Mike. He was there the whole time, every day. He would bring in other people who had expertise, and he was there to make sure it was overseen. So there's one belly button that was responsible. I like that. He'd come in early and work hard, and he was just very pleasant. So my kids got to know him. My wife got to know him when she came out in the wheelchair. So he was part of the family for 4 months. I was really concerned when we started the project that the neighbors would be annoyed because we'd have a lot of noise, a lot of mess. They were incredibly impressed by how well it was going, how fast it was going, how we'd clean up every day. There was a bin out front where there would be things put out, but it was always neat. We had a portage on, but it was smooth. It basically transformed Nancy's life. It was a game changer. So I've had neighbors come by and say how wonderful it looks. So it just doesn't serve the purpose. It's also very appealing from the outside. I've taken them in to show them, and they like what they see. It's really remarkable how it's fit into the neighborhood and the landscape, but it's been a game changer for Nancy. She has now a home. She has a walk-in bathroom. She's got a huge closet. I mean, the closet in there is almost as big as the living room which she had been living in. The caregiver who we've had for 9 years, it's made her life so much easier because there's just more room. It's much more pleasant for me to spend time in with Nancy every night, and during the day when I'm the caregiver on weekends, it's just made it a really much better deal. We have a front porch now, and it faces the sunset. So in the summer we go out there and we have a fan. We can put Christmas decorations on the porch so she can see it from the inside of the room. It just came out really well. I can't think of anything that didn't work well for us. They were very personable. I think I met with the designer and the overall manager multiple times before I actually said, let's do this. And that was over a period of time. I brought Nancy in once. I wanted her to see what we were doing. I brought my daughter in, who's kind of an art major, so she helped pick out some of the colors. So they were very receptive to getting more people involved. We kind of knew what we were getting into in terms of the design. We weren't sure necessarily how it was going to actually happen, but we knew this is ultimately what they were saying is what it's going to look like at the end. Just the way they responded and were inclusive and collaborative. They weren't saying, no, you can't do that. Say, okay, let's look at options. If there was something we couldn't have, why, or if there's something made more sense to do this, they were giving us information. They weren't telling us things. They were helping us understand. They said it would be done by Memorial Day, and it was. And they said, well, it will take this long to get through this phase. They were on track all the time. There was some bad weather, but they got through the weather. I mean, they started in January, February again. I don't remember exactly, but there was cold weather. There was some snow, but they kept working on it. They converted our garage into this extra room for Nancy. So they actually had to tear the garage down, the entire thing, and then build this extra room, which was the garage, but now is this huge room for Nancy. So it was just wonderful to see, okay, here's what we had. It's done entirely, and they build it up. And they gave us a schedule, and they stuck to it. We were able to watch them transform at this space. So it was really cool. They've been above board on everything, and the quality of the work Foster and the love basically they put into this to make it happen for us. And I'm proud of it. And I think they'd say, wow, this could be a difference maker for us too. I'd always tell people to shop around, but I would encourage them to come to the main office and sit down and ask your questions, and you're going to get straight answers. And it's okay to ask questions and ask the process and look things over. I mean, mean you don't have to rush it, but the folks here were very patient and very understanding. And again, they answered honestly. They weren't just saying it to do the business. So I would say shop around, but come here as one of your places. And if you're close, I would pick these guys because I think they're going to do a good job for you. They're not just going to save you money just to save you money. They're going to do a good job, and it's quality. It's about them doing work that they're proud of. It's a family-owned organization. I met Mr. Foster, I guess, when I did the warranty project. I thought it was cool he came out to check it himself. So that name means something to him. And the people seem to have worked here a long time. The head carpenter's been here 20 plus years. Chris and Tara, the designer and the head project manager, have been here years. That also says a lot about a firm if they keep good people over a long period of time, because usually talented people have a lot of other options, and they seem to be very happy to work here, and that makes you feel good about doing business with a company like that. I'm an HR guy, and I can understand that, so I'm not just making that up. This is not just about let's do it fast and just make the money and move on. They really stand behind what they do.